that they put in with this. That you go through this radar screening. You know, they had a whole hoopla of people that didn't want to go through the radar screening and all of that type of stuff. You see, and all of that. But I'm like a Mars attack. When they shot the radar, they shot the radiation to them. They just sucked it up and started laughing like laughing gas. Got high off of it. So when I went through this time, so I went through safe, went through with unscathed in January. You still on?
Yes, I am. Right here.
Okay. I went through unscathed in January. So this time, when I went through, which was a week ago today, it was on the 4th, on Friday, when I went through, they said, you got to go back through again. So I went back through again, and after I went back through again, the woman died. She said, you must have moved or something. Whatever it was, she was trying to justify why I couldn't show up on the radar. And so that means you got to get the pat down or the full body search or what have you. So they call the guy over to do the pat down and stuff like that. Now, it's not registering to me until I'm on the plane. You see what I'm saying? And what had happened, because she kept asking me, why did you move? Well, she kept saying something, trying to justify something that shouldn't happen. But what it was this. The past 6 months, I had gone into another dimension. Both me and Linda and the house and everything around us, we know the cats go into these dimensions.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying? So through our sleep, because I got a lot of sleep, I had gone through another dimension, and between the time of January coming back this time, when I stepped into the radar thing, I was in another dimension. So, because they couldn't detect it. So what this is trying to say here is, this is probably what is happening to those people. There's no way that you can have 300,000 people disappear without a trace.
Yes, so true.
You see what I'm saying? And nobody knows anything. That has to be some type of dimension. That's some type of ascension.
Yes.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
Now, whatever the deal was, is I had enough power or whatever it was to tread both worlds. Most of the people that find themselves going up in those dimensions don't return. You see what I'm saying? But don't worry about them. They get the party before you. They are only doing what all of us are going to do.
Yes, so true.
You see what I'm saying?
Yes.
What all of us are going to do. They are only doing that type of thing. You see what I'm saying? So I already got part of my initiation, or what I would call my illumination, based on experiencing that last Friday, whereas I went off the radar. And so what I had to do in coming back through LaGuardia, I had to reappear myself again. But luckily, when I got to LaGuardia, they didn't even have those new radar machines. They just have the old system where your chains go off. You just got where they only detect the metal. So so I didn't get a chance to know. I was kind of looking forward to see what would happen, but I didn't get a chance to know whether I was back in the material world or rematerialized, or whether I was still in that dimension. I didn't get a chance to know because LaGuardia only had the old system. You see what I'm saying? So this is very key, and I guess we could take a little question and answers at the end and try to discuss it, because this is very key on what is going on. So to try to understand other things, we'll go through a few things, and we'll go into discussing this third eye. Now, like I said, it mentioned, we still have the picture packet, which is unbelievable. We have the checks, the seals, and the purple disc, and the 2 CDs that comes with the stimulus package, and we also have the various DVDs that you can also get. Now, this is very interesting because we're introducing, and I would suggest to people who don't have their purple disc, they need to try to get some, because you got to realize some things that's happening, and that is this one thing. During the summer months, during the summer months is when the government gives access to a lot of melanated people to have access to have concerts and all types of social events.
Yes,
you see
so
what I'm
true.
saying? So, so you would have that Essence Festival in New Orleans. You see what I'm saying? Every summer. You
Right.
see, over in England, they got they got a couple of million black people over there, so they have a carnival that starts, which doesn't make any sense because most carnivals start in the fall of and at the first of the year you know, in the Caribbean and stuff like that. But they have a carnival that starts, I think, in August, the hottest time in England. And the reason why is these things, when you might have these type of events, is, and if they have cut down on these events, it's because that means that that's how many people have left this planet, that they don't need. But one of the reasons why they have these events is during the summer solstice months, and you would have also, which is the 21st, but also Sirius Rising, which sometimes one of the designated dates is July the 23rd. July 23rd.
Right.
You know, Jim Carrey did a whole movie on 23.
Yes.
That movie was based off of Robert Anton Wilson's book, The Cosmic Trigger. So, The Cosmic Trigger. And so July 23rd is when Sirius rises. And when the star Sirius rises in the sky, also the pineal glands are supposed to be the most active. So that's when they would have they would have events to distract us. You see, like the carnival, like the Essence Festival, and different other things they would do to distract us. I know it was that way in the past. If it's fallen off in the United States, that's because they have contained what they think was the problem.
Right.
But so when Sirius was up in the sky, the star Sirius, when the Nile rose, you see, the people of the Nile rose. So this is one reason why they would have they would have these type of events, you see, and they would have this type of stuff when it comes to the carnival and all this type of stuff. So it is important that you get that tachyon energy, the purple disc, around this time to go along with what I'm going to also get you today. Now, part of the other package that we're going to be dealing with is an Egyptian Eye of Heru magical mirror. And this Eye of Heru magical mirror is put together to strengthen the third eye. It's the Eye of Heru, and you just stare in it. Now, if you can laminate it, it's even better, but you don't necessarily have to. Because, and we're going to go into this in a few minutes, so we have a new packet out.
Okay.
Which is the Eye of Heru third, Eye of Heru mirror you stare into. And we've already got one of the brothers, Hank Risen's son, who opened before me in New York. I gave him the Eye of Heru magic mirror, and he decided to put it behind him while he was speaking, and he was like, "Oh man, whew, this got some serious energy. I got to move it." So we already got it on the DVD where the brother is bearing witness to this thing and all. And this brother here does a whole lot of spiritual spiritual things. Now we have this Eye of Heru magic mirror, which also will come with the third eye ritual or the third eye invocation, and it also comes with two CDs. One is the Nesha CD, which also brings prosperity, and the other one is a womb CD. Okay. Which what had happened is it comes on with this cosmic sound like out in space.
Yeah.
Well, there was a brother named Jeff that sent me some stuff from NASA that he downloaded. And once he sent me these sounds out in space, I realized that when the womb CD was put together with the same the same sound, so they're literally out in space. And this anything womb dealing with the black dot and dealing with all that stuff, enhances stuff. So this new Eye of Heru package, you see, is also going to be available. So please inquire. You're going to want to get this particular thing to strengthen your third eye. So we'll get back to that when we get on into the actual when we actually start the lecture. But so So now, going right along, I want to say just give a few things. You all right?
Yes, we're good. I want to go ahead right here because I'm putting your information in the chat room, but I want to make sure that everyone out there listening has Brother Bobby's number for contact for any of the information, finding out more about the DVDs to purchase, to make these purchases. 678-358-1055 is the number to call for Brother Bobby. Okay.
Yes. Now, so what we want to do is let's go into a few things. Let's see if I can get in. Is there anything else? Yes. It's interesting here. They are now bringing out these. They did an exhibit with them Olmecs in. I think it was in Seattle. It's already come and gone. One of the brothers went and bought a book and sent it to me, and in one of the pictures, the ones that they allowed, they show a little bit of writing. So what this is breaking, two missions I'm going to break tonight. They show a little bit of writing, and Olmecs was supposed to be those who left no writing. Mm-hmm. But we found writing with this. They're quietly bringing out these exhibits. You see what I'm saying? So, yeah. So they're quiet. They're bringing out these exhibits. Now this is the key. So, if they had writings, what we now know is another stolen legacy, which means all of that Maya, Aztec, and all of that stuff, it was all Olmec. Mm-hmm. You see, it was all Olmec, and so this is another form of stolen legacy, another form of stolen legacy here. When all of that stuff was Olmec. Now let me see if I can find the exhibit is gone now. But what we can at least do, let's see if I can find the Olmec book. What we can at least do is you can order the book from the museum. The book is called Olmec, the Colossal Masterworks of Ancient Mexico. It says Olmec, the Colossal Masterworks of Ancient Mexico. Let me see where there's a museum that you can go. You can go online and see. Can you find the Fine Arts Museum of San Francisco?
Okay. And
also the Los Angeles County Museum of Art. You're going to have to do that. You're going to try to get this particular book. You want to try to get this book and try to order the book, and because this is some of the first things because they've only showed us the big heads. We didn't know they had a whole, an entire field of other stuff that they had, but for some reason they kept that hidden, and all. Yeah. So it's interesting here. Now the other thing here is we all knew this based on C. Freeman L. C. Freeman L. used to tell us that your pirates were the Moors, which makes sense. And the Moors was ousted from Spain in 1492, and they got on ships, and basically that's what they basically were the actual pirates, that went around, plundering or whatever type thing. That's why the outfits, and that's why they always showed the black element in the Pirates of the Caribbean. Even in the latest one, they dabble in voodoo. They got him, they got a little voodoo doll, and they're kind of trying to control him and the different things like that. So they're trying to send this message, and that's why the black element was always in there with the calypso, you see, the different things, because basically, here's another history that was usurped. The Moors were your pirates. You see what I'm saying? Were your pirates. So just trying to this is things, trying to reattach stolen legacy. Reattach stolen legacy. Take for instance, because the pirates' haven was in Jamaica, Port Royal. Mm-hmm. Now Jamaica, just like anything, if you go there to this day, the majority of the people living there are black. You see what I'm saying? So, right. In this particular case, the whole Port Royal thing and the